So what do we have? Let's go ahead and start a topic. I don't have too much time, but I want to address the border issue. I want to discuss something other than my advocacy. I'm always on my advocacy when it comes to dealing with my health. Okay, and it's going to be a ongoing venture, I think, for everybody because we're finally waking up to the fact that our healthcare system, our doctors, our everybody under the umbrella of our healthcare in the United States is finally coming to light, right? It's been this way for some time. It's just that now we're starting to figure out how we get to push back on what is inefficient, what is not right, what a different way of seeing our healthcare in the United States. And it's been that way. And I am a prime example of a lot of the problems that are happening in our country. Okay. I'm not worried about anybody else's damn country. Let's focus on us. That's why Trump has nothing to do with the guy, Trump. Okay. It has to do with what he's saying. Okay. So let's get it real. Let's be real. Trump is saying America first. That doesn't mean leave people behind. That absolutely does not mean, hey, let's go ahead and forget everybody else and let's take care of our selfish self. No, that does not mean that. What this means is let's take care of ourselves so we can be a stronger people to help others. We can't do it if we're injured ourselves, right? Okay. It's sad that we have to explain that to people, but that's where we are. But our healthcare system, folks, our healthcare system, and I'm going to put it as plain as that. Okay. It's more than just saying the healthcare system. We are just catching up to how our healthcare, healthcare is being, how we use our healthcare in the United States. You know, they've been getting away, our healthcare system has been getting away with a lot of, not doing its due diligence, should I say? Right now, things have changed in our healthcare to where if it doesn't match on a computer what they're supposed to do and what symptoms you have and what your problem is, if it doesn't if they don't talk to each other, then nothing's going to get done with your health. That's the way it's going these days. All right. If the protocol calls for, the guy broke his arm, so let's go to the next step. If it doesn't say that on the computer per insurance, then nothing's going to happen to you. You're going to get poor care. And then we start arguing about, why isn't our doctor doing what they need to do? Right. So we're going to have another conversation about that in continuation to my advocacy for what I've been battling, right? Now, I wanted to discuss, so I'm not all, dollars and cents about, trying to get benefit for my health, which I should be, right? But, I wanted to talk about the border issue with our country because it's important that somebody who knows a little bit about it, which is me. I worked with Homeland Security under the Army for 18 months. Okay, and I learned a little bit about the operations of being in the field with Border Patrol. Okay, so this is the way I see it, and this is the way I believe it's the most simple way to explain and make people and have people understand. Right? I'm not bullshitting around with all this other crap about why they're coming over and all this stuff. We all know why they're coming over. Okay, we all know it. No one has to pretend like they don't know. It's absurd. But let me tell you, Okay, this is how it's going to go. My history of being here in the United States is important because I was when the United States purchased part of the Southwest, which was Arizona, Nevada, California, they drew a line. Okay, I want to make sure you're following now. They drew a line and they said, this is we bought this from Mexico. You can argue about that as much as you want. We took over that shit. So we drew a line. And if you were on this side, the north side of Mexico, then you were part of the United States, whether you were born in Mexico and they drew that line and you were on this side, you're part of the United States. Now you're a natural citizen of the United States of America. If you were on the south side, when they drew that line and we purchased land from Mexico, then you are a Mexican citizen. Okay? I didn't have to. My family was on the north side when they drew the line. And they said, you are now a citizen of the United States. My grandmother had gotten documentation from the governor or someone during her time living, stating that that she received the Declaration of Independence. They gave her copies of all sorts of American documentation stating welcome to the United States. Okay, so I was born, my family, a good part of our generation was born on the north side, so the United States of America. So I could say, hey, look, I am a United States citizen. I was born here. Not only was I born here, but I'm a true American. Okay, the United States said you are a true American by the government of our country. Okay, so I don't like when you argue with people, Mexicans, mostly Mexicans from Mexico, and they're here and they say, no, I was born here. Well, okay, I can argue with you about that because the history of my family coming from Mexico into the United States was naturalized by the drawing of the line and purchasing land from Mexico to become the United States of America, right? That was part of the deal. So the history of my family had been naturalized by the government of the United States of America. So we now are United States citizens. This was back in 1900s, right? Okay. So when people piss me off, Mexicans, Americans, now when they say, I was born here, yeah, but what's the history of your family? Did they come here illegally or were they naturalized by the government of the United States to be part of the citizens of the United States of America now? That's a big difference, people. That's a big difference. Okay, I didn't have any part of my family cross the boundaries and illegally come into the United States. I was naturalized by the government of the United States by purchasing land to become part of the United States of America. To form the United States of America, I was part of that formation. Okay? Now, where do most people come from? They come from Europe. That's a different situation. Right? If you come from Europe and you have history coming from Europe, there was the land grab. There was, it was open to immigration in a process. That was a different scenario. My scenario is when they drew the line, I was on the north side, and that's the way it went. So I get pissed off when I definitely hear people say that. Oh, I was born here, so don't tell me that I'm not a United States. No. You were born here, but were you born here with the naturalization of purchasing the land to become the United States? Or were you born here in the manner of people illegally crossing after it became the United States of America. That's a difference, people. That makes a difference of who you are. All right. I'm all about my country. I was naturalized. The history of my family was naturalized in the United States of America due to the purchase of forming the United States of America in the Southwest. So I didn't have any of my history of my people illegally crossing into the United States. Now, have some of them have that I don't know of? Absolutely. But the majority of the history of my family's name were naturalized due to the purchase to form the United States of America, the Southwest corner. So that's a big deal. There's not a lot of us, that can say that. So when we argue about what's going on now, right? We argue about what's going on now. It makes the world of a difference to find out who you are in the United States as far as a Mexican American or a Native American, and it's the natives too. It's the Native Americans and the Mexican Americans, right? That's what usually makes a Mexican American or a Mexican is, Native American and something else, right? So, so I can claim I am a true citizen of the United States of America. I can claim that, and so can my family. All right. And the difference is, and what makes the difference of people's opinion about what's happening now on the border is that a good majority of the people, from the research I've done, the people who have family that have crossed over to come to, to the United States of America illegally to raise their kids, and they're born here, a lot of them wish to open the border and have all this illegal immigration. They don't see a problem with it. Okay, they don't see a problem with why can't we just have people come Mexican. This is their opinion. They say, why can't we just have Mexican Americans come across the border? We should be able to take care of them. That's their opinion. Okay, because they weren't naturalized in the United States. They had to, in a mindset, they had to cross over before the purchase was completed, or after the purchase was completed. They had to somehow come here to make a better life for themselves, right? That was the going thing at that time. Things have changed. I was on the border. I worked the border. I've seen it from my own two eyes. Okay? We have to start taking care of ourselves as the United States of America. It has nothing to do with not helping people. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. We are the United States of America is the most caring, giving country on the planet. You don't have to believe that. You can be as ignorant as you want. The truth is, I've seen it. I worked the border. I've seen people come over. It's been happening for decades. All the stuff that's happening now, it's definitely a surge of immigrants come to this country. And when you talk about a surge of people, there's a reason why it's a surge. Right? There's not no reason why they're all coming over all at once. There's a reason why it's happening, people. There's a reason. And we need to start defending ourselves as a country. I don't need to listen to those people that say, well, I was born here, and so I'm a natural citizen of the United States. I have an opinion, and I think they should all come over here, and we should all benefit. Why do we have to keep Mexican man? No. Let's talk about the history of your family. There's only two ways that you can be a natural citizen of this country as a Mexican American. Did they draw the line when your butt was on the north side, when they drew the line and you happen to be in the United States? Is that you and your family? Because if that's the case, then you have an opinion. If you were a person who came over, your family came over legally and had children, and you were born here, you also have an opinion. But if your family came over here illegal, any part of your family, I don't give a shit how long it's been. If they came over here illegally, you're part of that illegal immigration. Okay, I don't care if you were born here. And that's the way I see it. There's no excuse, people, to stop people coming from into this country illegally. There's no excuse for us to stop it from happening. Right? It all gets political with union versus no union versus policy, congressional, politics to, allow people into this country under the process. That's all political now. We can absolutely stop all these people from coming into this country. We can do it. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. We can completely stop these people from coming over. But what's happening? Why can't we do it now? You see? So it's a political game, and we only have ourselves to blame now. I'm not going to listen to people whose family came over here illegally, and just because you were born here, now you have the right to have an opinion. And if you are a lefty and you say, no, we should be able to help everybody. This is where I have problems with politicians who support illegal immigration, open borders. I completely have a problem with that. Right? And you should have a problem with it also. I do not listen to people, especially if the history of your family came over here illegally. If you were born here, again, if you were born here under the means of illegal immigration, then you're wrong. You're going to be wrong. I don't care if you were born here. Your family came over here illegally for what reason? Okay, it wasn't legally. So in my eyes, your whole generation is illegal, whether you have children or whatever. That's the way I see it. Okay. Are you benefiting from the United States illegal immigration? Yes, you are. Whether you were born here legally and you want to be somehow naturalized and there's nothing that can be done about it. But, the reality of your status is illegal. Whether you were born here, your kids were born here, it don't matter. Your family came here illegally. There's only so many people. There's only so many generations of people that were on the north side when they drew that line. There's only so many. And then they had kids and family, and they're all naturalized here. Is that you? Well, you need to find out if that's you. All right? Because I will not take it from anybody who says I was born here. They always argue about it, right? I was born. Don't tell me I was born here. Yeah, but was your family born here? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm born here. No, it does matter. Okay? So that's my position on immigration. And it's so damn sad. It's sad because when you have a false impression of thinking that, because of politics, you're allowed to do what you want. And under this administration, it wasn't under the last administration, under this administration, they are painting that picture for everybody to come over. That's why they're coming in a surge. And it's not right. It's absolutely not right. It takes away. Why do they come here now? Let's talk about it. Why do they come here? Why are people coming here? when you start to allow people more leverage in their country to not get in trouble and come across this border, they are going to do it and benefit off your back, right? They're going to benefit off all the people who are naturalized in our country who have sacrificed. They're going to benefit for free. Now, everybody knows, and if you don't know, you're going to hear it. Who comes over the border? The people that need the most help, not the people who are offering help to make the United States better. They are the people who want to bleed the benefits out of this country. And it's just not Mexican Americans. It's Russians, it's Asians, it's blacks, it's Middle Easterns, it's everybody, but mostly Mexican Americans, especially from the South America, right? They don't have any skills, you know. They have to get started somehow in being, and getting started takes more money because you have to get a career, you have to get the education. Where does that money come from? Where does all this help come from? Right? So I have a right to say, hey, look, if you came here illegally, your family, your grandpa, your grandpa's grandpa, you're illegal. But by politics, by law, you are legally able to be here legally, not naturally, legally, because of having kids and you're born here. That's a different situation. You are in that position. And I say we start pointing it out. We start pointing it out. Just like the African Americans, they weren't born here in the United States. So why can't I say you're not from here? Well, I was born here, so I'm an American. Yeah, but you're not naturally from here. All right. And that's what it's coming to, people. And I think the people who are natural citizens of the United States of America, okay, should have first. This is part of America First. Should have first opportunity to benefit from the United States of America. That's why I'm in the trouble I am, because I'm not benefiting. I have to share all my shit with everybody else. Why? Because we're good people. Well, good people is putting me in a position where I have to beg for my health care now. Do you think that's right? Well, of course you think it's right, because you were born. I was born here. I was born here. No, I was born here. Yeah, but your history was not born here. I was born here. I want first benefit over you. Damn right I do. That's what it's coming to, people. That's what it's coming to. Okay, we can't support the world. All right, everything's about commodity. Everything's about finance. Everything's about what do we offer the world? Okay, what does the United States of America offer the world? What do we offer? You tell me what we offer. A lot of you can't answer that, because you come illegally to this country and you're trying to benefit. You're not offering anything to the United States of America because you're not naturally, historically, citizens of the United States of America. A lot of people have not sacrificed to help the United States of America. Yeah, but I was born here. I don't give a damn if you were born here. You're not a natural citizen of the United States of America. And that's the way it's going to be. Okay, so I'm pointing myself out. Okay, I'm pointing myself out. I am a natural citizen of the United States of America. I'm damn proud of it. And I'm going to protect that damn thing. And I did. And I'll continue to protect my status and my country over any country on this planet. Anyone. America first. It doesn't have to be Trump that promotes that. It could be anybody. It could be DeSantis. It could be Kerry Lake. It could be anybody you want. But Joe Biden, but you know he's not going to do it. America first. Is your history of your family natural citizens? What makes you a natural citizen? Right? Well, I work and I contribute and I pay taxes. Well, go for your damn ass. You're supposed to. But are you a natural citizen? No. Well, thank you for working hard then. That's all you're going to get. All right? Especially if you're a lefty and you want open borders, you can go back to Mexico. Even if you've been here for generations, take your ass back. I don't want to hear it. You know, I had to sacrifice my shit, my life, people who I'm around, when I was naturally born in this country. Historically, when they drew that line, you are a natural citizen. Here is the documentation. I had no reason to cross the border. Where was I going to go? I'm already in the United States. But if you are not historically that family, then you came here illegally. Right? It's too damn bad. The best you can do is support and work as hard as you can to acknowledge that and say, yeah, my family came here illegally. But, you know, we work hard and we really believe in the United States. God bless you. As long as you know where you come from. I know where I come from. Originally come from Mexico. We were born somewhere, Vail, Arizona. And when the United States purchased the Southwest region in the United States to make it the United States, they drew an imaginary line, and I was on the United States side of my family, historically. So that makes me a natural citizen. Yeah, there's not a lot of us people. There's not a lot of, so not everybody can claim that, right? You either come from Europe or you came from Mexico. I mean, there's Canadian stuff, you know, they have their own place. Yeah, that's the way I see it. And we can definitely stop. We can stop this immigration from coming across this country if we take the gloves off. We have to start being real with ourselves, right? We could perform the same type of immigration with the same amount of people if we close it. I believe we need to close the border for a little while. This is my opinion, okay? This is my professional opinion. Working on the border, okay? We can close the border for, I don't know, a couple months, a year. Get our shit straight. Figure out, it's not going to be 100% proof, that's for sure, but at least we're in control. We're in control of who we let in here. And if you manage to slip in, you're never, ever, ever going to stop people from crossing over that border illegally. You're not going to do it, people. It's not going to happen. We ain't ever going to stop every single person. All right? But we can slow the whole roll of it to a trickle, for sure. But we need to close the border for a little while. 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months. I don't know. Somewhere along the line, we need to close it completely, put the military on there. Oh, but then that requires you to shoot people. No, not necessarily. We don't have to do that. We don't have to shoot nobody. Okay, but if it requires it, absolutely. So, you know, it's too damn bad. We need to set our own precedents. America first has nothing to do with killing people. It has to do with taking care of ourselves, and we need to plant our trouble with China. Talking about China forever, man. Bunch of bastards. China's like Las Vegas. Okay? It's a facade. Once they run out of that magic, you know, we start tightening the rope on what, who, and what, and when, and where, and why in our country. Who are you? How do you contribute to the United States of America? It's really boiling down to that now, people, right? How do you want to contribute to the United States of America now? Are you an engineer? Are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Are you a mechanic? Are you something? And then come illegally and offer that benefit. It's going to be awesome. We need to really tighten that up. Tighten it up. All right? Because when people like myself sacrifice for our country, I'm halfway sacrificing to the grave. I'm losing more function, body function. I can't get help from the VA, the federal government, to save my life right now. And you think that's fair? Do you think it's fair for somebody to say, let's have open borders when I'm suffering? I'm a natural citizen. I should get first dibs on benefits from sacrificing and all our brothers and sisters who I have been working damn hard to build this country. I'll be damned if I get to keep hearing, well, I was born here. Fucking ignorant bastard. I don't give a shit. Well, I pay taxes. Take your money and take all your, I'll fucking reimburse you. Take your ass back to Mexico. That's the way I see it. You need to get real with it. That's the way to do it. Close the border. Okay. And while we do that, we might as well identify who we are. Okay, because we are the benefactors of the world. People look up to us because we sacrifice, because we're the leading people on the planet for everything, and people are taking advantage of us. Look at China. China's taking advantage of us. Do you not think so? If you don't think so, then you need to go to China. I'm not just saying that shit just because, people, China has been planning to take advantage of us for some time, trying to make it seem like it's our own fault, right? They're basically, going against the hand that feeds them, acting like Russia, trying to scare our military pilots, getting close to them and, teasing us and doing that. They have no room to be doing that. They should be asking us, what can we do for you, the United States? How can we help you? Even though we're a communist country, how can we help you? But we ain't getting that, right? There's no forgiving for that, people. There's no forgiving. Because before you know it, they're going to be in charge of everything we do because we're a bunch of social dumbasses. Is what we are, especially this generation, right? They don't see the consequence of our behavior, and this is the point to our behavior, is that we don't have a mental health issue in this country, people. In our country, we do not have a mental health issue. We have a behavior problem. That's what we have. I have a mental health issue I'm fighting. I know it. Do I need to prove it to you? No, I don't. We have a behavioral health issue. Do they need to prove it to you? Yes, they do. They go off and kill children. They go to schools. They shoot everybody up. That's a behavioral problem, people. A mental health problem, usually, you're trying to correct yourself. Naturally, the body and mind tries to fix itself. Yeah, that's what the body does. So if you want to go off and do something bad to prove a point, that's a behavioral health issue. We're a bunch of suckers, and we got all these people on the news and the media saying, oh, we have a mental health issue. So are you going to say all these people coming across the border have a mental health issue because they're ignoring the law? No, it's a behavioral health issue. They want what we have. They want to live under the sacrifices we already contributed to our brothers and sisters who live here. Naturally. They want to take that away from us. Because once it's gone, we ain't never going to get it back, people. it'll be a different country. And I'll be damned, right? If all the people before me sacrifice, and now we're having all this illegal immigration come in to take advantage and the benefit of being a United States natural citizen. I'll be damned. You ain't going to do it. Okay. Now, I'm telling you, folks, I don't live near the border, but the problem, I take care of it myself. You can go ahead and put me in prison. I don't give a damn. I'll take them out. They're damn lucky, that they have this administration who's not going to do anything to consequent them. They're going to give them plane tickets, which costs your money. They're going to give them health care, which costs your money, your sacrifice. You don't see it now, right? You don't. And you don't care to, because you go to work, you have a family, you do your stuff, and you're just trying to take care of yourself. Let the government take care of that. Well, the government ain't taking care of it, folks. They literally not taking care of it. And it's a damn shame that all the people who are sacrificing to take care of our 2 feet on this land are just allowing it to happen. Blaming it on COVID. Blaming it on other things. Right? Trying to get political gain off of it. It makes me sick. So, opposed to my advocacy, which I do all the time, these issues that we have in our country, which is political, it hurts people like myself to try to get leverage on stuff and get the help when there's an issue. I can't correct the issue because it's political. You see, and I'm disgusted with our damn brothers and sisters who are actually military veterans, who are politicians. They ain't doing a damn thing. They are Republicans and Democrats. And there are brothers and sisters who joined the service to sacrifice, living off the sacrifice from other people who aren't doing a damn thing to help. Now, look, yeah, okay. So you're doing stuff behind the scenes. Okay, how does that fucking help me? I want to know what's going on so I can help. You're not in charge of everything. You're supposed to be our voice. You're supposed to be our, micromanage official to speak for us in Washington. And you ain't doing your job. You're not. You're benefiting from your job as a politician. Okay, because you saw how things are going and you're going along to get along now. Right? And that's the way it is. So do I trust our politicians, even our brothers and sisters who served in the armed forces? Nope, don't trust them. I actually want to vote their asses out right now. Right? Where are they? Where are they? Well, we have Army veterans, we got Navy SEALs, we got, all these people. They're like, hey, hey, thanks for voting me in. Well, I'm definitely going to fight for you. They're living off their status, trying to fight for us from their status instead of fighting for us from their duty. A bunch of bullshit. I know if I was a politician, I know it. I give you guys everything, every piece of information and things that I'm doing, just like DeSantis, just like Trump, just like, what's the other guy in the wheelchair, Abbott, right? They're doing things. They're explaining to you what they're doing and what they're going to do because that's their duty. But no, we have all these veterans that are in there not doing a damn thing. Oh, we're doing it behind the scenes. I don't have to explain. No, you do have to explain to me, damn it. I want to see what you're doing. You're going to benefit from being a politician. I want you to work for that shit. Right? I want you to work for it. I want to see you working for it. And if you don't want to do that, then get the hell out. Let's get somebody else in there that will share that information to us. This ain't no longer about being modest, right? The more verbal and the more verbal and transparent that you are goes a long way. It shows other people in other countries, don't come over here. Why? Because we got veterans who have sacrificed for this country that get benefits first. And you're going to go ahead and cross the border and say, well, I need those benefits too, because I'm leaving my country. I don't give a shit. Oh, I can't feed myself. I don't give a damn. Oh, we're sick and we don't get the right. I don't give a fuck. Our country has did its service to this world, and we're over and above our service being taken advantage of. I know. I was on the border. I worked there for 18 months. I've seen it. I did it. Right? It's a political game. That's why we get nothing done. Close the border. Make a plan. 4 months, 6 months, a year. I don't know, but it's got to be done. Show the world, okay, that these are our options. And this is how we control how we're going to help the rest of the world. We're having a little bit of a problem because we have dumbasses who don't know how to work in the White House. And we're going to take control of it now. And we're going to show the rest of the world that we are in control. Hey, China, what? You better get your ass ready. You know, Las Vegas looking bastards. If it wasn't for us, China wouldn't be China. Right? But they want to pretend like they're somebody now. If it wasn't for us, China would not be China. So when do we lay the law down on them? When do we start doing stuff for ourselves? We better start now. I was born here. You can't tell me my kids are born here. I don't give a shit. Was the history of your family born here? No, but we had to do what we can. Well, then get the fuck back over to Mexico. I don't want to hear it. We come first. I don't care how long you've been here. I was naturalized here. Were you your family history naturalized here? No. Then shut up. Yeah, but I pay taxes. So do we. You should be thankful your ass is here. That's what the United States has to offer the world, people. Right? We have it all. We have common courtesy. We're giving. We're caring. We got military. We got everything we need, and we're an example of the world. We're the example. We're the pivotal point of how other people should be living. If you want to live poor, that has nothing to do with us. You go on and live poor. Nobody gives a shit. If you want to live the way you want to live, but blame the United States for being who they are, and then you have a mental health issue. Okay, you don't want to learn. But again, people, the United States, I'm going to point out the United States of America today does not have a mental health issue. We do not have a mental health crisis. We have a behavioral health crisis. Look into it. Okay? Look into it. It's a bunch of bullshit that we have to settle for a mental health crisis. Mental health crisis is fucking serious shit. The people who are picnicking out in LA on the street They were already this close to being on the street when shit happens. That's the way the world is. There's lazy people, there's working people, and everybody in between. So when shit happens, it affects you more than some other people. So that's going to be a mental health issue now? Get the fuck out of here. That's a behavioral issue. And we can help. But no, we don't have the we don't have the resources to do that because we're having too much damn illegal immigration coming into this country to help them benefit over the people that were just hanging on to the edge now, living in LA on the street, shitting on the street, taking drugs. Just because you take drugs and you're high off your ass and you're depressed is not a mental health issue. You're creating yourself a mental health issue, but it's a behavior issue. A lot of people just need to be motivated. Hey, look, you lost your job, you lost your family. Who wouldn't be in a depressive state with that shit? And a lot of people are modest. You know, they're like, well, you know, I don't want to ask for this, so I'm just going to go take drugs on the street. That's what we do. It doesn't make it a mental health issue. And you'll know when somebody has a mental health issue, people. You'll know it if you don't already know people who have mental health issues. I have a mental health issue. It's a light mental health issue, but it's getting worse. Okay, and I'm fighting it. I'm fighting this thing, and it's difficult. Okay? So we do not have a mental health. Stop saying that. We don't have a mental health issue in our country. We don't. These fucking people have a behavioral health issue. All right? We need to address it that way. The more you coddle somebody because they're taking drugs on the street, the worse they're going to be. They're going to start, you know, that's depression. All right, everybody has depression. Would you have depression? You lost your job? Yes. Doesn't mean you have a mental health issue. These fucking doctors, man, I'm trying to tell you, I have an issue with doctors in our country these days. We don't have to hold people up here above you. You should never hold anybody above you. There's no doctor better than me. You know, you have skill more than I do, but, you know, your opinion is not any better than mine. You know, I shouldn't have to treat you like you're some deity. You know, our culture is, oh, you can't talk bad about the doctor. You know, no, the hell with that. Hey, you make a damn mistake and you want to argue, that's just my game. I'll put you in your place like you're able to put me in my place all the time. If I'm arguing with you, and so now they're in control. They are the gatekeepers, people. I'm trying to tell you, doctors are the gatekeepers of our communities. They will assign you a mental health issue when you don't have one, when it's a behavioral health issue. Right? I got put on the couch with the VA because I was claiming that the VA is not properly following their protocol with me. Instead, they wanted to know how crazy I was. Yeah. So I now have no trust in any one person. I don't give a shit if you're a doctor, you're the president, or whatever it is you are. People make mistakes. People go with the flow. Okay? And we need to stop holding our doctors as high as we hold them just because they're doctors. I give courtesy and I give respect to people who earn it. You know why? Because I fucking earned it. And I know how it feels not to have it. So when they earn it, I'm going to give them 100%. But if you're a bunch of bullshit, I'm going to give you bullshit. That's the reality. That's the same with our politicians, right? Our fucking brothers and sisters are there not doing a damn thing. Yeah, but I'm a Navy SEAL. You know, you got to respect me. How about stick it up your damn ass? Well, I'm an Army, you know, CIA. Well, stick it up your ass. Bunch of bullshit, man. The way we have to do that. What happened to the we need to go back to the World War II attitude. You know, preserve, really appreciate where we come from. You know, our history. You know, don't let this Black Lives Matter shit ruin our culture. It's too bad that you were a slave. Too bad. Okay, don't fucking talk to me about struggle. Well, if it wasn't for you guys, well, maybe you ought to educate your damn self. What's the sacrifice? Hey, well, we sacrificed because we were slaves. That sounds better. I'm very sorry you guys had to do with that. Yeah, but it wasn't for the white man. Son of a bitch. If it wasn't for the white man, the white people, we wouldn't be living the way we are today. I don't give a shit if you're a Native American. I'm Native American. Almost killed those bastards off, right? I'm Yaqui Indian. We got our asses handed to us. Okay? If it wasn't for the white man, we wouldn't have what we have, people. Why can't you see that? Yeah, but you were slave. You see, what comes around goes around in our society, right? If you're a person that doesn't have the knowledge to pass on to your children, then find somebody who will. Okay? Don't do them a disservice. Give them the best opportunity to understand. That way we all work together. Right? That way there's no hard feelings when we stop people at the border who have children. They're like, we need medical help. Now, fuck that. Go back to where you come from. Make people responsible for their own people. Instead of us coddling everybody. That's America first, people. It sucks that we have to do that. But we have our own sacrifices we have to deal with. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Well, it's time. It's time because that's where we're headed. We're headed into isolating what's the most important thing for the United States. Is it agricultural stuff? Is it technology? How do we share? How do we make money off other countries? Who's going to help us help you? That's what it's coming down to, people. And we can't have all these fucking people coming over here just to benefit off the United States of America. We can't do it. Enough. Right? We got to start putting our foot down. We got to start being the parents that we are. Right? It's tough. It's tough love, man. Right? In the end, we will be a much better place. The world will be better because then we'll have more leverage to help. We will. We'll be more plentiful. We'll be more controlled. Right? But don't steal our shit. Don't steal my freedom. Fuck no. Shit no. So, as far as my advocacy goes, there's not an update that I have for what's going on, but I'm waiting. We're waiting on correspondence from the federal government to respond to letters that my party has sent out to get an explanation so we can take the next step. And I've been getting these. I don't know if you can see them, but it's like I get these little dents in my head, like here. You can kind of see one. I don't know if it's visible. Where is it? Right there. You see it? It's like I'm getting them all over my head. And what happens is, like a sore, like a bruise comes up, a little, like looks like a acne, but it's not white. It's just a bump. And so when I scratching my head up, it pops it, and then I have to squeeze it, push down to see if any more comes out. I'm like, what the hell is this, right? Almost like a sunburn. When you get a sunburn and then you sweat and you create those little like that. And so then I bust it, and then it dents. It makes a dent in my head. I don't push hard at all. And I got like 6 to 8 of them on my head. I just started. What is it? Well, I know it's coming from my TBI. It's a central nervous system dysfunction. Whether it's making my diabetes do that, whether it's making something happen, but my central nervous system is causing the problem, and I can't get any care for it. I just went and got an MRI done to see what they're going to see, and they're not going to see a damn thing. I have to struggle with that, okay, because it's my life. Okay, my life, quality of life is really not a concern for me. For other people, it is. But for me, it's not. What I want to do is get the care. I just want the minimum, the management. I want the benefit that I earned and people like me have earned, and, get everything that's coming to me. I want to get the wheelchairs. I want to be able to request this. I want the, hey, this is coming up. What do I do? I want the answers. I want the management. I want to be in certain, departments to not have a hassle with somebody clocking in and clocking out and say, well, we don't know what to do. We don't see nothing. We don't know how to, and I have to go through that. Too many damn hands in the cookie jar. And I got to deal with that bullshit. In the meantime, my health is getting worse. So what do I do? Right? What do I do? Well, hey, I need this, I'm losing function on this. So can I have some, who do I request that I have adaptions in my house? Well, there's a program for that. Yeah, but you're not in a department. So you have to go here instead, go around and then talk to these people, and then we'll get you what you need. Instead of going directly to what I need and being respected to receive these benefits, I got to fight for them. But no, let's go ahead and let more illegals come into our country so they can get benefits without having to fight for them. All they have to do is cross the damn line. When I was born here, I was born on this side. My history, my family were born on this side. And I got to contend with you just because, you're poor. Shit, no. Right? Integrity, people. You're going to tell me that people in South America don't have integrity? Sure they do. They I'm losing it now. They don't use it. Okay, people are people. If I can produce integrity, so could somebody in South America. If I can produce, selfless service, then somebody in South America could do it too. I'm no different from them, but I am a United States citizen, and I will protect it. Maybe that's what they don't understand. Well, why do you have to protect it? We should be able to come in. No, not unless I say so. Right? So, folks, comes around, and So that's what I say, folks. This is my post. Not much of an update from correspondence from the federal government, but I am. Um, I've been really struggling with. I get energy, and then I feel like I have this momentum, and then I lose it, and I can feel it. It's like a pressure in my head. It's like it's almost like I feel like my brain swells up, and then it comes back down after I stop trying to think so hard. It's a weird thing, but nobody wants to hear that. There's no there really is at this point no reason for the medical community that's trying to help, that is supposed to help me, willing to look into it, for uh, follow through with it. But yeah, so I'm getting to that point now where I'm starting to. So I'm having this mental health issue, and it's going to get worse and worse, and that's going to pretty much be the demise of my situation, stroke, something like that. And yeah, it's coming. It's coming. There's no way it cannot happen with the central nervous system dysfunction. It's already on its way to getting worse, and I'm just trying to slow it down with some medical management. That's all I'm trying to do. But it's getting worse, and it's getting worse, and a big problem is sometimes it jumps, a few years to really hurt me, like my pancreatitis. That just boom, it came on, and it really made a impact on my health. So now I'm having this lack of lagging thought process stuff, and some other strange stuff. I am not going to share with you. It's some scary shit, I'm telling you, man. I don't, that's not for everybody to hear, but yeah, and it's mental health stuff, and I have it, but I'm in control. I am in control of it right now, and when I stop being in control of it, then people will know. It will be obvious that there is some mental health issue with this person, and that's what will happen. I'm trying to not get to that point. I'm trying to get the federal government supposed to be helping me to really put some interest into finding out why I'm not getting the help I need. But yeah, so okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'm having a little problem here. So all right, so I'm Andy, and I don't have any more. Get with you guys again, and we'll talk about some other stuff. Cool. Bye.